TikTok paid $92 million for scanning your face without asking. But here's what they're still doing right now. Every time you used a TikTok filter, the dog ears, the beauty filter, the face swap, TikTok's technology wasn't just detecting your face, it was measuring it. The distance between your eyes, the shape of your jaw, the geometry of your face that is as unique as your fingerprint. That's called a face print. And TikTok was collecting yours from 89 million users without asking, without telling you. In July 2022, a federal judge approved a $92 million class action settlement, one of the largest biometric privacy settlements in American history. And here's what makes this the story you need to hear. While the lawsuit was still pending, while TikTok was still negotiating paying $92 million for collecting faces without consent, TikTok updated its privacy policy. The update gave TikTok permission to collect your face print. They gave themselves permission to collect your face while being sued for collecting your face without permission. This is the full TikTok story, and 1.5 billion people are still using the app right now. Let's start at the beginning. TikTok launched internationally in 2018 after ByteDance merged it with Musical.ly, a lip-sync app that already had 200 million users. The merger gave TikTok an instant audience and an algorithm that had already been learning what made people stop scrolling. The For You page, the feed that shows you videos from strangers, was immediately unlike anything the internet had seen. Within minutes of a new user opening the app for the first time, TikTok's algorithm knew exactly what to show them. Not after weeks of history, not after building a follows list, minutes. By 2020, TikTok was the most downloaded app in the world. By 2023, 1.5 billion active users across 150 countries. In the United States, 170 million monthly users. 170 million Americans, more than half the adult population, on one app, built by a Chinese company, collecting more data than almost any platform on Earth. And the filters. The filters are where this story begins. Like and subscribe, because next we're covering Netflix, the streaming service that ended cable, then became everything cable was. What Netflix knows about your emotional state from watching your eyes move across the screen will make you rethink every hour you've spent on it. The first biometric lawsuit against TikTok was filed in April 2020 by Bear Law LLC, the first B-By class action in the country against TikTok. The allegation was specific. TikTok was using facial filter technology to scan and collect the facial geometries of users, including children and teenagers, without obtaining written consent. Here's how the filter technology collected your face print. Every face filter requires the app to map your face precisely. The dog ears have to sit in the right place. The beauty filter has to know where your skin is. The face swap has to understand your facial structure in 3 dimensions. To do that, the app measures your face, the distance between your eyes, the width of your nose, the shape of your jaw, the full 3-dimensional geometry. That measurement, stored as data, is your face print. Illinois has a law called BIPA, the Biometric Information Privacy Act. It says companies must get written consent before collecting biometric data, must tell you why they're collecting it, how long they'll keep it, must have a published retention policy. TikTok did none of those things for 89 million users. 21 separate federal lawsuits were filed and consolidated into one. The settlement reached $92 million. But here's what the $92 million meant per person. Nationwide users approximately 0.96 cents each. Illinois users $5.75. Your face print, for less than the cost of a cup of water. This is the same playbook WhatsApp used, and WhatsApp's own co-founder admitted it on record. He said, "I sold my users privacy." That full confession is linked in the description. But stay with this, because what TikTok did while the lawsuit was still running is the part nobody talks about. February 2021. TikTok's lawyers are in court negotiating the proposed $92 million settlement. $92 million for collecting faces without consent, without warning, without permission. And while that settlement was being negotiated, on June 2021, TikTok quietly updated its U.S. privacy policy. The change was spotted by TechCrunch. It introduced a new section titled Image and Audio Information, found under the heading Information We Collect Automatically. The new language read, "We may collect biometric identifiers and biometric information as defined under U.S. laws, such as faceprints and voiceprints from your user content." Faceprints and voiceprints, officially, in writing, while still being sued for collecting faceprints without permission. TechCrunch contacted TikTok for comment. TikTok could not confirm what product developments necessitated the addition of biometric data to its list of automatic collections. They couldn't explain why they needed permission to collect your face. They just knew they needed the permission. The policy update also contained a carefully worded loophole. It said, consent would be sought where required by law. Only a handful of U.S. states have biometric privacy laws, which means in most states, TikTok's new policy allowed collecting your faceprint without ever telling you. The settlement was approved in July 2022. TikTok paid. The policy stayed. The faceprint collection clause is still active today. The faceprint is one item in a much larger list. TikTok's privacy policy states the app collects your phone contacts and social network connections, your age, your phone number, your email, your location from IP address, your device's precise GPS if permitted, your keystroke patterns, your clipboard contents, your payment information, every video you watch and for how long, what you skip, what you replay, what you search for, clipboard contents, the text you copy on your phone even from other apps could be accessed by TikTok. And the voice print. When you record a video using TikTok's microphone, the app can extract your voice print. Your voice, like your face, has a unique geometry. A voice print identifies you as reliably as a fingerprint. Your face, your voice, your location, your keystrokes, your clipboard, your payment details, all of it, on the most downloaded app in the world. Here's the part TikTok won't tell you when you click Delete Account. Your faceprint isn't a file sitting on TikTok's servers. It's a mathematical vector, a set of numbers representing the geometry of your face that has been embedded into TikTok's AI models through the training process. When a faceprint becomes part of an AI model's training data, it doesn't sit as a separate file you can request deleted. It exists as weights inside the model itself. Deleting your TikTok account removes your profile, your videos, your followers, your data records. But the facial geometry that was processed through TikTok's AI systems, the mathematical record of what your face looks like, that is not a separate file. It has been integrated. Your face is in the model. The model runs TikTok. Deleting your account does not remove your face from the model. The only protection going forward is blocking new collection. I'll show you exactly how in a moment. If TikTok disturbs you, what WhatsApp's own co-founder admitted about their data collection is genuinely worse. Because WhatsApp's founder didn't just collect data, he confessed to it, on record, by name. That video is right there when this one ends. But stay, because the fine history coming up changes how you see every tech settlement you've ever heard about. I want to be straight with you. I still use TikTok. The algorithm is genuinely extraordinary, and nothing I've shown you tonight means TikTok is recording you constantly. It isn't. But the one physical change I made after going through this story is adding a sliding camera cover to my phone's front camera. It costs under $10 on Amazon, a small plastic slider that sits over the front camera lens. When you want the camera slided open, when you're not actively filming, physically blocked. No software override, no app permission that changes it. No policy update in the middle of a lawsuit that reverses it. Just plastic between your face and the lens. That's the only protection that works independently of what TikTok's policy says this week, next week, or after the next settlement. Link is in the description. The $92 million biometric settlement wasn't TikTok's first. In 2019, TikTok, then partly operating as Musical.ly, paid $5.7 million to the FTC for illegally collecting children's data, at the time the largest children's privacy penalty in U.S. history, for violating COPPA, the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. Same year, TikTok paid $1.1 million to resolve an Illinois state lawsuit over earlier data collection. Total fines paid approximately $98.8 million across multiple years, multiple violations, multiple regulators. TikTok's estimated revenue in 2023, $16 billion, to $98.8 million in fines across 5 years of violations against $16 billion in annual revenue, less than 1%. For your face, your voice, your children's data, and the app kept growing every single year. In April 2024, President Biden signed the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary-Controlled Applications Act. ByteDance had 270 days to divest TikTok, or the app would be banned in the United States. January 18, 2025, the deadline arrived. TikTok went dark for U.S. users for approximately 14 hours. 14 hours. On January 20, 2025, Trump's first day back in office, he signed an executive order suspending enforcement for 75 days. TikTok came back. ByteDance still owns it. No divestiture completed. The ban remains suspended in 2026. The legal status remains unresolved. 1.5 billion people are still using it. And regardless of whether the ban eventually happens, your faceprint was already collected. It was already processed. It already exists. The ban cannot undo that. Here's what separates TikTok from every other story on this channel. Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Alexa, all those companies collected data from products primarily designed for adults making informed choices. TikTok's largest audience is teenagers. 67% of American teenagers use TikTok. The app that was collecting face prints through facial filters, the cute dog filters, the beauty filters, the fun face swaps, was collecting those face prints predominantly from people who weren't old enough to fully understand what a faceprint was. A faceprint is permanent. Your face doesn't change the way a password changes. You cannot reset your biometrics. Once your facial geometry is in a model somewhere, it is in that model forever. And here's the most damning single fact in this entire story. The $92 million settlement required TikTok to stop collecting biometric data without consent. TikTok updated its privacy policy to give itself consent to collect biometric data while the lawsuit was still running. They didn't stop, they legalized it, and they paid the fine, and now the collection continues with a policy to cover it. Your face, paid for at 0.96 cents each, legalized in a privacy policy nobody read, on the most popular app on the planet, still running right now. Drop in the comments, do you still use TikTok? Did you know about the faceprint collection before this video? And subscribe, because next we're covering Netflix, the streaming service that replaced your cable bill, then quietly became everything cable was. What Netflix knows about your emotional state from watching how you interact with the screen will change how you watch it.